Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the NBA games for Tuesday, April 20th, 2021. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking, you have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. Wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get today's games. We have the Magic versus the Hawks, Hornets versus the Knicks, Nets and Pelicans, Clippers, Blazers, T-Wolves, and the Kings. So I have date numerology on one side, Gregorian, Hebrew. Game numbers on the other side, the away team up top, coach record, season record. Head-to-head in the middle, all-time regular and for the season. Home team at the bottom, season record, coach record. Hawks, they play tomorrow. So when you're doing games like this, you have to look at tomorrow's date numerology as well. Look ahead, who they're playing. Because, things that can hit today can hit tomorrow as well. Um, for example, Hawks, they go on the road tomorrow. It'd be their 32nd road game. And if they get their 32nd win today, they can go on the road and have 32 wins in their 32nd road game, or they can get their 32nd win tomorrow in their 32nd road game, as they get their 27th loss of the season today in their 27th home game. So you can just kind of play around with it on games that are back to back like that. But for this game here, nothing really drives me crazy here. It could, like I said, Hawks can get their 27th loss in their 27th home game. They can sit on 31 wins for the season, 31 the 11th prime, today with 11 date numerology on the Gregorian. Magic would get their revenge and even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Hawks with a win. I didn't see anything with the 19 and the 39 for the Magic, so I'm probably missing something there. It's the 137th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two. 137 is the 33rd prime number. Magic coach, he can sit on 333 losses. Maybe it's a 3 thing, 3 pattern going on. Magic, they can get their 71st all-time head-to-head win against the Hawks on the 20th of April, 420. But if Hawks were to win this game, I suppose it would be from the number 20 as well, because Magic, they could get their 20th road loss for the season on the 20th of April, and Hawks would up the series 2-0 head-to-head against Magic, like 20 to go along with it. Today being the 20th of April, like 204. The number 204 sums to 186, and that's what the Hawks coach record would be, 18-6, as a coach for the Hawks with a win. Hawks can get their 67th all-time head-to-head win against Magic, 67, sums to 45, and 54 today with 45 date numerology on the Gregorian, 54, 45. So there's some numbers here for Hawks to win as well. It is a day leaving 139 left on the Hebrew Civil, the 34th prime number. 65 date numerology on the Gregorian, 65 sums to 139, the 34th prime number. Magic coach, he can get his 334th loss regular season, which looks like a 34. I might be stretching it a bit with that one. 919 is a prime number. 919. It's the 157th prime number. I'm just not sure what would go with that 157, the 37th prime. I don't really see a 37 on date numerology. Oh, no, I mean, yeah, 37 here on the Hebrew Civil. So 919, Magic could become 919. They would sit on 19 losses on the road as they get their 19th win for the season. But I just don't see nothing for 19 either. Not really. Other than maybe being the 8th on the Hebrew, 19 the 8th prime. So, nothing too exciting about this game. There's nothing that's like getting my attention per se. 61, 61. The one thing about the Magic, if they lose, they could become 1840, 184. It's not the exact number, but it's an anagram of it. 148, Hebrew religious, 148, 184. I don't know, maybe stretching it a little bit. Let's go on to the Hornets and the Knicks. Hornets coach, it's his 204th regular season game as a coach for Hornets on the 20th of April, 204. 29 date numerology on the Gregorian. Hornets can get their 29th win or their 29th loss for the season. Goes either way. It's the Knicks' 29th home game. 29 is the 10th prime number. Maybe that's a good thing for the Knicks. They can sit on 10 home losses with a win. Knicks are looking to get some revenge against the Hornets. They can up the series 1-1 head-to-head against the Hornets with the win. It's the Hornets' 31st away game, 31 the 11th prime, 11 date numerology on the Gregorian. It is the 121st all-time head-to-head matchup between these two. 121, it has a square root of 11. The reason why I don't have it in a light blue, like the 31 and the 11 here, is because the number 29 sums to 121, and so I just have it, gray for Gregorian. Hornets can get the 29th win or their 29th loss. Goes either way. Knicks, they can get their 67th all-time head-to-head win against the Hornets. The word 67, or the words 67, sums to 45. Today with 45 date numerology. But 45 sums to 54 as well. And Hornets could get their 54th regular season head-to-head win against the Knicks. And then Hornets would up the series 2-0, like 20 head-to-head against the Knicks for the season on the 20th of April. So there's that. Instead of all this 31 in favor and the 11 in favor of Hornets, or excuse me, in favor of Knicks, this 11 could be in favor of Hornets. Knicks getting their 11th loss at home on a day with 11 date numerology. But the Knicks, they are on a 6-game winning streak, and they play tomorrow, so that's something you got to look out for. Tomorrow's date numerology. Are they going to go into tomorrow with 32 wins or 28 losses? Which one is it going to be? If they get their 7th win in a row today, the number 7 sums to 65 and 20. Today is the 20th of April with 65 date numerology on the Gregorian. Nets and Pelicans. Nets can get their 20th loss for the season on the 20th of April. They would sit on 38 wins for the season, 38th day of the Hebrew religious. Nets would get their 13th road loss for the season. The number 13 sums to 45. Today with 45 date numerology on the Gregorian. The Pelicans, it's their 31st home game of the season, 31 the 11th prime, today with 11 date numerology on the Gregorian. Pelicans can get their revenge and even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Nets for the season. However, the Nets, they can become 20-20 all-time head-to-head against the Pelicans with the win on the 20th of April as they become 2-0, sweeping the Pelicans like 20 head-to-head for the season. If Nets get their 16th away win, Pelicans would sit on 16 home wins as Pelicans get their 33rd loss for the season, while Nets get their 39th win for the season, and 16 sums to 33 and 39. Pelicans would sit on 25 wins for the season with the loss, and the number 25 and the number 29, 29-date numerology on the Gregorian, are identical in all four base ciphers. Clippers and Trailblazers. Blazers can get their 25th loss for the season, or Clippers can get their 20th loss for the season. Today is the 20th on the Gregorian, 20th of April, a day with 29-date numerology. 29 and the number 25 are identical in all four base ciphers, so either one of these teams has a number for a loss. The Trailblazers have yet to win a game against the Clippers for the season. This is the third and last time these two face each other. And Blazers, they could sit on 12 home losses as they become 1-2 head-to-head against the Clippers, like 12, getting their first head-to-head win against them for the season, as the Clippers get their 12th road loss. It is the 231st regular season head-to-head matchup between these two, which is the 21st triangular number, and from the Clippers side, they'd be 2-1 like 21. Blazers, though, with that 25, they could get their 13th home loss. The number 13 spelled out sums to 45 today with 45-date numerology on the Gregorian. It also has 65-date numerology on the Gregorian, and the Blazers coach, he can get his 313th regular season loss as a coach for Blazers, which is the 65th prime number. Blazers, they can get their 148th regular season head-to-head win against the Clippers. Today has 148-date numerology on the Hebrew Religious. However, at the same time, the Blazers coach, he can get his 481st regular season loss, which is an anagram of 148, 481. So this 148, it could be more direct with the 148 or a little bit more indirect with the 481. It is the 57th game for the Blazers, and he would sit on a 507 regular season wins, which kind of looks like a 57. If Trailblazers do get their 13th home loss, it would make sense why Clippers would get their 41st win. 41 is the 13th prime. And then Clippers coach, he would get his 169th regular season win. And 169 has a square root of 13. 13 times 13 equals 169. So will Blazers get at least one win, or is Clippers gonna sweep? Both these teams play tomorrow as well. Not each other, but they play again tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Look out for numbers for that. And yeah. So when you see teams playing back to back, always be aware of that. Timberwolves, Kings, these two are playing back to back as well, except they are playing each other tomorrow. So these two are playing each other back to back games. So it's like which games do who win? They're gonna split the series. Timberwolves come into the series 1-0 head to head against Kings. Kings could get their revenge and even the score 1-1 heading into their next game tomorrow. Today with the 11-date numerology on the Gregorian. Tomorrow is the 111th day. Has a little bit of 11s going on with it. Kings would get their 13th home win. 13 sums to 45. Today with 45-date numerology. 65-date numerology as well. And the Kings could sit on 65 all-time head-to-head losses against Wolves. And then maybe tomorrow they would get their 66th loss on a day with 66-date numerology. But the flip side, they can always get their 66th loss today and head into tomorrow with 66 losses on a day with 66-date numerology. It can go either way. It really doesn't have to go one way or the other. It can do whatever it wants. Timberwolves, though, their coach, he can get his 20th loss on the 20th of April. And Timberwolves would get their 25th road loss with 29 date numerology. 25 and 29 are identical in all four base ciphers. Timberwolves would get their 44th loss. 44 sums to 45. 45 date numerology. And Kings, they can get their 58th regular season win head to head against the Timberwolves in their 58th game for the season. But if they do that, it begs the question, are they going to get their 59th tomorrow in their 59th game? So you have to be on the lookout for that. Maybe it'll answer the question which way it's going to go. If Timberwolves up the series 2-0, like 20 head to head against the Kings, I would want to think that the Kings would win tomorrow. I feel like it's probably the series is going to split. I don't think the Timberwolves are going to sweep the Kings. I think Kings will win at least one of these two games potentially, I would think. Or the odds for it are probably a lot better than thinking that the Timberwolves would sweep. But, it's NBA's crazy. They do all kinds of weird stuff. Timberwolves can sweep or, do whatever they want. Kings, they could get their 35th loss today, 29 date numerology. 29 sums to 149, the 35th prime number. Or Kings can sit on 34, 65 date numerology, 65 sums to 139, the 34th prime. 139 days left on the Hebrew Civil, the 34th prime. So you can play around with it. Anyways, hope this video helps. Wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks.